Yeah, Garden Song is such a weird song. So it starts like, someday I'm gonna live in your house up on the hill. And when your skinhead neighbor goes missing, I'll plant a garden in the yard. Then they're gluing roses on a flatbed. You should see it. I mean thousands. Hello, potential friends, and welcome back to the Vlogging Nook with me, Alexandra. So, since the last time you saw me, I have received really exciting news, and I have a really exciting project in the works. But I can't talk about any of that, so we're gonna do Spotify Wrapped because everyone is posting their results on Twitter and Instagram. I don't want to feel left out. What songs got me through a pandemic? What songs helped me in 2020? These are the questions. That was the same question, worded two different ways. This year it's just on mobile. They don't have a cool desktop one that I can screen record. So I'm just gonna have to look at it, and you're just gonna have to trust me on this. So in the app it says, see how you listened in 2020. The longest year ever may not be over, but your Wrapped is finally here. Let's start you off with a win. It says, I discovered 164 new artists this year. Even in 2020, I still found ways to grow. Genre Lust, who says you have to go outside to explore? I listened to 230, oh god, it's going too fast. Jesus. I had to go back, because that didn't let me read that fast enough. Yeah, I know I discovered 164 new artists. Thank you. Okay, I listened to 237 genres this year, including 72 new ones. Really? My top genres were number 1 pop, number 2 indie pop, number 3 indie folk, then dance pop, and Metropolis? Metropolis? What is that? What song helped you get it through it all? My top song of the year is Physical. Just a little time, hold on, come on. Let's get physical. I first streamed on January 31st. Most streams was March 9th. I think I was at work. My 50th stream was April 24th. Total streams, 62. But a year like 2020 required backup. These were the other songs you had on repeat. So my top songs. Number 1 was Let's Get Physical. That's interesting because that came out before the pandemic. February, January? But then the album came out in that first depressing month of like big pandemic hell in like Canada. So everybody was looking for that pop, that feeling of things not sucking. Dua Lipa's on here twice. She has the number 2 song as well with Don't Start Now. I think Don't Start Now came out before Physical. I remember the last few days that I was working in the office before I went home for work from home, I was listening to these singles like obsessively. If you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now, walk away, you know how, don't start caring about me now. That song is a bop. So those are the top 2, but my third song is an absolute mood change, Garden Song by Phoebe Bridgers, which is a beautiful song. There's a certain line in it that always makes me like tear up, and I don't even know why. The doctor put his hands over my liver, told me my resentment's getting smaller. No, I'm not afraid of hard work. It's the hands over liver, resentment's getting smaller. I remember when I first heard it, I was like, I don't know why, but this really clutches at the fucking soul there. There's this whole long bit where she's like talking about a recurring dream. I'm at the movies, I don't remember what I'm seeing. The screen turns into a tidal wave. Then it's a dorm room, like a hedge maze, and when I find you, you touch my leg, and I insist, but I'll wake up before we do it. I don't know how still only on what, the third song, so I'm doing great here. 1, 2, 3. Fourth is Boss Bitch by Doja Cat, because this was on the Birds of Prey soundtrack. And me and Tara, my old roommate, we listened to the Birds of Prey soundtrack like constantly. We saw that movie together. We absolutely loved it. I think it's the last movie I saw in theater before the pandemic. I'm a bitch. I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss and a shine like gloss. I'm a bitch. I'm a boss. I'm a bitch and a boss and a shine like gloss. I'm not going to attempt to do more than that. So my fifth song, this is actually kind of surprising. I didn't know I'd listened to it that many times, is Old Me by 5 Seconds of Summer. I was meant to see them this year in concert, and shout out to the old me and everything it showed me. Glad you didn't listen when the world was trying to slow me. No one could control me, left my lovers lonely. Had to fuck it up before I really got to know me. I would not have actually thought that one would crack my top 5, but I guess I listened to it more because it came out before the full album. I'm a good listener. Feel free to show this to your exes. Oh God, I have to guess my top podcast of the year. My actual top podcast of the year is You Can't Do That, a hockey podcast. I don't even like hockey, I just really like my hockey ladies, they're funny. I listened to the song Invisible before it hit 50,000 streams. Ah, that's such a good song. Is that Paris? But spelled Puvris? I can't remember any of the lyrics other than that one line that's like I'm invisible, like I'm invisible. Like, it's just a great, like, power ballady blasting moment where you're like, yeah, I'm invisible, bitch, but I'm singing very loudly and longly, so you can't ignore me, actually. Throw it back. Since time wasn't real this year, you revisited some old favorites. Compared to other listeners, which decade did you play the most? Definitely not the 1960s. 1960s, 1980s, 2000s, or 1990s. I'm gonna say 2000s? I got it. My top song from this time was Love Story. Wait, go back. What? Oh my god. My top story from this time was Love Story Digital Dog Remix. I fucking forgot that I found this weird remix of Love Story on some sort of playlist, and I was like, you know what? This is a bop. Begging you, please don't go. Romeo. Who was by your side in 2020, other than your houseplants? Guess your top artist of the year. Okay. It's either 5 Seconds of Summer, Gabriella Plin, Selena Gomez, or Dua Lipa. It's Dua Lipa. She had the 2 top songs. I Truly Know Thyself. My favorite song of theirs was Physical. I spent 1,354 minutes listening to their music. I listened to 719 artists this year, but these reigned supreme. Top artists were number 1, Dua Lipa, number 2, 5 Seconds of Summer, number 3, Gabriella Plin, number 4, Selena Gomez, number 5, Ali X. Yeah, she had a new album this year. I did not know I listened to that much Selena Gomez. This is really weighted towards the early half of the year, because I listened to so much more music on a commute to work. I don't have a work commute anymore, right? I just realized Niall Horan isn't on this at all, and that's shocking. And you know why? Is because I bought his album when it came out in March. So I would listen to the copy I had purchased that was downloaded onto my phone. So I think the reason that he's not showing up in my top artists is because of that, because I know I listened to that album a ton in March. Wish we had just a little more. Wish we had just a little more. Wish we had just a little more. Little more. A little more time. In the cold. You know the safest place to be is right here next to me. Won't you come in from the cold? That was the song that I listened to a lot a month or two ago when it came out. That was their little presentation on me. But I'm gonna take a quick glance also through my top songs playlist. So we've got some stuff here. We've got our Dua Lipa at the top, Garden Song, Boss Bitch, Old Me. God damn it! See You When I See You, Handsome Ghost. Can't believe it was number 6 and it didn't crack the top 5. I listened to that song so many times. So at a certain point during the year, Handsome Ghost was putting out some singles for their new album, and I was like, man, I forgot about this band. I never listened to their 2018 album, which is called Welcome Back. So I went and I listened obsessively to this 2018 album for a full month, and one of my favorite songs was See You When I See You, and it's one of the later songs on the album, and I really like it when an album has some of the gems towards the end, you know. It feels like there's effort in the album then. And it's just a really pretty song that has this cool build throughout it. Heard you've got your man now. It's been a year, that's a good amount of time. And I'm sure he makes you happy. You left behind. So I'll see you when I see you. God, I wanna see you again. It's such an earnest song, and it's sad. We've got that Gabriella Plin song from earlier. I feel so invisible. So it was not Paris, so I'm a horrible person at knowing songs. Wildflower, 5 Seconds of Summer, that was pretty much my favorite song from that album. Learning in Public, which is my favorite song from Ali X's album. Why does it have to be my least favorite subject? Learning in public when I can't even look at me when everyone's watching. I'm learning in public. And I thought that was a really interesting song because it talks about the stress of trying to be a better person and learn things under the public eye, you know, which is really interesting. One Drink Away, that's a more recent song from Cher Lloyd. Here's some Jesse McCartney from a 2014 album. If you want context for that, I started watching on YouTube just random clips from The Masked Singer. Spoilers for one of the seasons of Masked Singer, I don't know which one. I watched all the clips of The Turtle from this one season. Turtle was Jesse McCartney. So after I saw that, I was like, has he put out recent music? He really kind of hasn't, but he put out an album in 2014. And I listened to it, it's called In Technicolor. It is wall-to-wall bops. I had not heard this when it came out. I understand Jesse McCartney is, culturally, he has not been relevant in so long, which is why it was nice to see him as the Turtle and then get interested in hearing some of the songs. Lady Gaga, obviously, I listened to Chromatica a ton the month that it came out. I want your stupid love, love, ooh. Maybe Don't is a really cute song that Maisie Peters put out recently-ish, I think this fall. I should hang up the phone, you said maybe don't. And I think I should go, you said maybe don't. Because I run from the things that I want the most. You said I guess that's what you do, but maybe don't. And it's really cute because it's this conversation between two people, and it is a duet. And it's just one person being like, I run away from things that are good, and he's like, maybe don't do that this time. Because I like you. It's really nice. Malikoa. So if anyone's not heard of Malikoa, probably most haven't. Not to sound like a hipster who knows music. Malikoa is actually Callum Hood from Five Sauce's sister, but she is better than everybody in Five Sauce, and that's just a fact. She has an incredible voice. Me Before You is one of the singles off of her album, which actually came out a week ago, and it's her debut album, so you guys should give that a listen. I miss the me before you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I miss the me before you. Who knew such a pretty face could bring me so much pain? I miss the me before you. Halsey had a good album this year, Manic.
There we go. Fucking Niall finally makes it on at fucking 42. This is unfair to Niall because I listened to his album obsessively in March. I just didn't listen to it on Spotify mostly. So Black and White is like my favorite song of the I think it's a lot of people's favorite song. It's just a fucking cute ass song about getting married. And I see us in black and white, standing clear in the starlit night, and all your gorgeous colors. Promise that I'll love you for the rest of my life. See you standing in your dress, there in front of all our friends. There'll never be another. I promise that I'll love you for the rest of my life. Has this great bridge where he just goes up and it's like, and I want the world to witness when we finally say I do. This video is too long. I love music. Kill the Lights. I remember listening to that a lot to feel happiness in April. Kill the lights and touch my body. You can see me by the way that I feel. A lot of this is just songs from like the same 4 albums, I swear to God. Katie Turner, that's a good EP. The Sad Vegan, which is a great name. Okay, Ali and AJ put out a single called Joan of Arc on the Dance Floor, and the lyrics are just insane. Joan of Arc was a general who was burned at the stake. So what is she doing on the dance floor, and is she murdering people? Because it's just a crazy song. It's also a bop. So my 100 song is Nothing Really Matters by Gabriella Plin, and I feel like that's a mood in 2020. Yeah, there wasn't actually a lot of variety in this, I find. I listened to mostly the same fucking people again and again because I was depressed. It really speaks to how often I listen to Garden Song that it made it to number 3 and none of the other songs up of that did. Which is actually shocking because I really love the whole album. So that was my Spotify Wrapped. I'd love to analyze more for you, give you more music recs, but I'm tired. So those are some of the songs and artists that I think you should check out. And yeah, I hope to be able to share with you guys some exciting stuff that's been going on for me recently, but that will come at a later date. And until then, I will see you guys later. Alright, bye! Okay. Don't listen to what you've been told. You can come here.